Hi, this is Lisa Andrus, and this is your weekly reading for November 4th through 10th. This week I'm using your Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. It's a newer deck that I've gotten both in physical card form and via iPhone app, so you should check if you have a smartphone because sometimes there are Oracle card decks that are available as apps, and I know I like to use mine sometimes remotely when I have a question that I feel like I need guidance on. So I pre-shuffled the deck, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut it as I feel guided, which means I'm not going to overthink where or how I'm going or what the cards are. Whatever cards come up are a reading for all of us that are watching it, including me. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 cards. Now this is interesting because I think I've had this once before, but I have this one card that kind of just popped out that is telling me it's going to go along as the overlying theme of our week. So they want me to draw that card last, and last I will. And here's what our Monday and Tuesday card is. 6 of Michael, and it says, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. Okay, so they're saying the worst is behind you, that some of you have had a hard couple of years. I literally see like the rug being pulled out from under some of the people that are listening to this, present company included, because I resonate with that too. And they're saying it's not going to get any worse than it's been, and that all of your prayers are being heard, are being answered, and that it's time for you to, instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop, to make plans to move forward. And for some of you that have been thinking of relocating, they're saying it's time to consider your options. It's not a time of sudden movement right now, so may not be time to move today, but maybe it's time to make plans to move, or maybe it's time to plan a trip. Some of you, they're even saying, will have travel included in your career. So, for instance, they're asking you to use me as an example, which would be that I am going to start to do a little bit of traveling, and I'm going to do this to advertise my book, but also to do some events to help other people with my mediumship. And they're saying that some of you might have the opportunity for travel and things like that, just occupational things that would help you. And for some of you, it is a vacation, and so they wanted me to even say that it may not be applicable to, but for some of you, it's very real, especially the ones, again, they say thinking of relocating, okay? This is the Wednesday, Thursday card, and it's the Page of Gabriel. And it says, follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So they're saying that some of you are wondering what your life purpose is, but they say that things are looking up even if you don't know what the answer is. It's time for some of you to actually write down your wishes and desires, because you don't know what to do and you're waiting for the answers, but there may not be a divine answer if you don't know what it is that you want to do. Right now, it's a time for you to have anything that you want, and dreams are coming true. And some of you may get that which you wished for, but some of you that don't know what you want, it's time to sit down, think about, and focus what you want, because the universe doesn't know how to give you what you want if you don't ask. Okay? Now, this is the card for the weekend, and it is Decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. They're asking me to tell you about the weekend that I just had, which I did a lot of readings, and a lot of them had a recurring theme. I feel like I had some people sit down with me that are ready to do this sort of work that I'm doing, and they're unsure of themselves. And one recurring theme that I kind of had was, you can take class after class after class, but at some point you've got to jump out there and you've got to get involved and find a way to help people. And especially in my line of business, a lot of that is taking self-initiative. And that's hard for some of you. Some of you, they're saying, and they're urging me to look at the cage in this, because some of you are actually in a self-made prison and you're thinking that your problems aren't able to be solved, but they're encouraging you to think outside the box because you can have anything you want. For some of you, there is a need to detox. I'm hearing drugs, alcohol, nicotine, caffeine. And they're even saying dairy. So for some of us, it's just some of those things that we indulge in maybe a little more than we should. They're asking me to tell you, for instance, I'm lactose intolerant, as a lot of mediums are. So if you're a medium that hasn't realized that you are, but it hurts every time you eat milk, it might apply to you. So I knew I was lactose intolerant probably, for at least the last 20 years. But what has happened is I've learned my way around it and I cheat more than I should. And a couple weeks ago I made a pot of soup that had some heavy whipping cream in it and feel like I had a rebirth of detoxification from dairy because of the immense pain I experienced and the inability to intake any more dairy into my body at that moment. For some of you, you've been thinking about quitting some of your other habits or reducing, maybe you go out to the bar a little more than you should, drink a few more cups of coffee than you should. It's just time to consider those things. They're saying they're not doing it to make your life miserable. It's the answer to your prayers. It's just detoxing your body will take care of some of the things that you've been worrying about, and it'll make you feel better, but don't be too hard on yourself. But it's time to consider what you've been feeling led to do, okay? And then the overlying theme for the week is the 9 of Michael, and it says, your worry is unnecessary. Follow your thoughts follow your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. And we kind of saw some of this in the reading here, which is some of your thoughts create your environment. Sometimes you are trapped in a prison of your own making, but you're really over worrying about things and maybe preventing the results that are coming. Right now is kind of a time of inaction. It's not a time to make sudden moves, and that's really hard for those of us who are doers, that want to do something and take action, action, action. They're encouraging me to say that not all of life is about the action steps, but remember what we had at the beginning of the week here, which is it's the light at the end of the tunnel and all of our dreams are coming true. They're just cautioning you to remember not to let worry or the fact that nothing's happening at this moment to prevent you from thinking that your dreams can come true. So it looks to me like there's some things to consider, but I love the message in this reading that is the light at the end of the tunnel. And, hang in there. Try your best not to let, any current worries get you down. And hang in there. Hopefully some of your wishes and dreams come true this week. And if not, they still want me to say you're on the way there. So relax, have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week. You can find out more about me at lisaandress.com.